Mic is on. There we go. Good morning, everybody. Whew, good morning, good morning. Okay, there we go. We're gonna go. I need to go to my Soundwire speakers. Make sure I can hear y'all. All right. Good morning, good morning. We've had a lot of celebrity losses this week, and while I'll be talking about internet drama, I figured I would play a few of their hits just to say goodbye to a few people. So that would be Hayden Panettiere, Dolly Parton, and Mr. Tim Curry. So we're going to start with A Love Like Mine by Hayden Panettiere. Panettiere. Blah, 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 blah. And then we'll get into the bullshit. But let's enjoy some music from those we've lost this week. Or within the last 2 weeks. Or last week.
You're the one who's up in score, just 'cause you're the first one walking out the door. We'll take you when you leave. I don't need a sympathy. I might stay up drunk on wine and hurt like hell and ugly crying bad tears. I might lock my door, sleep with my phone, miss you back for a month or so, but let me tell you something, my dear. I'm gonna be just fine, but you're never gonna find another love like mine. Oh no, no. See, I think you think the new means better off, but the proof's in the pudding. Once the shine is lost, so go and get yourself a little taste of something else. I might stay up drunk on wine, hurt like hell and ugly crying black mascara tears. I might lock my door, sleep with my phone, miss you back for a month or so, but let me tell you something, my dear. I'm gonna be just fine, but you're never gonna find another love like mine. It's starting to sound like a good idea. The more we're standing here, I'm gonna stay up drunk on wine and hurt like hell and ugly crying black mascara tears. I'm gonna lock my door, sleep with my phone, miss you back for a month or so, but let me tell you something, my dear. I'm gonna be just fine, but you're never gonna find. No, I'm gonna be just fine, but you're never gonna find. No, I'm gonna be just fine, but you're never gonna find another love like mine. Oh no, no, never gonna find another love like mine. Oh no, no.
I don't know if that hurt anyone's heart losing her, but it definitely hurt my heart to lose her. I've been rewatching Nashville, and if you guys have Netflix and you are a fan of Hayden's and you are a fan of Nashville or never watched it and have Netflix, it's on there. It is going to be gone in like the mid of September, so I am binge watching it when I'm doing my like pumpings and feedings, and Lil Man's actually really interested in it. He likes all the singing and the music, so he's also a Stargate fan. That's his dad that found that out. But next, I'm going to play Dude, this song came on. I have XM radio or Siri XM, whatever you want to call it. I think it's XM now. And I remember I have the Pitbull channel, and I always like question myself, like, why do I have this saved? And then probably like, I don't know if I was probably like 4 or 5 months pregnant, and I was listening to it. We were coming back from a doctor's appointment, and this song came on the Pitbull channel, and it's Pitbull and Dolly Parton, and I could not contain my laughter, and it's also now one of my favorite songs. So rest in peace, Dolly Parton. And I thought this was a good mix-up to listening to some Dolly. So let's listen to Powerful Woman with Pitbull and Dolly. This is a shit. I love this song.
It's Mr. Worldwide with the one and only Dolly Parton.
Well, hey!
And this is dedicated to all my powerful women working 9 to 5, 2, 3 jobs just to survive. All my powerful women, no man at home, raising all the kids alone. All my powerful women, y'all deserve a throne. Keep your head up and stay strong. All my powerful women, no matter what, never give up. I remember working hard with my mom. You name it, she did it. You name it, she sold it. You name it, she cleaned it. You name it, she owed it. She had to provide. We had to survive. So you name it, she stole it. Our whole life was layaway. Pay, but the bills never went away. Put your hands to the sky. This goes out to the women working hard 9 to 5.
Working 9 to 5. What a way to make a living. Barely getting by. It's all taking and no giving. They just use your mind and they never give you credit. It's enough to drive you crazy if you let it. 9 to 5. For service and devotion, you would think that I would deserve a fair promotion. I want to move ahead. The boss won't seem to let me. I swear sometimes the man is out to get me. Ooh, here's to your mama and here's to mine.
Thank you, Dolly. Dolly.
Mama worked hard her entire life. She had 12 kids at 35. Working 24/7, 365. Working 5 to 9 and 9 to 5. They let you dream just to watch them shatter. You're just a step on the boss man's ladder. You got dreams he'll never take away.
Never take away.
You're all in the same boat with a lot of your friends, waiting for the day your ship will come in. Time's gonna turn and it's all gonna roll your way. Working 9 to 5. Equal rights. Now some of us are pit bulls too. We appreciate the things you do. Thanks again for shining a light on the women that work from 9 to 5.
It's my pleasure. Dolly.
I wonder if the live got taken down, but that is hilarious, and she will be missed. I'm trying not to take these lives down with these songs, but I think I'm going to play Tim Curry's Something from Rocky Horror at the end. So let's just get into it. Jen was live last night, late, or in the morning, or I don't know. It was like 10:30, 11:30 my time, which is still early, but I go to bed a lot earlier now because I'm up in the middle of the night. So I was taking a bath, Siwa style, and I was listening, and I am honestly very confused on what Jen's problem is, frankly. You know, hey, Petty Dragon. So to those that want to say that Jen didn't call my child the R word, that she was reading, okay, Jen was reading someone's text. Jen could easily just dismiss the one that calls my kid the R word, correct? She could have just read all, I mean, she's obviously not reading her text. Okay, so she's being selective in the text that she's reading. All right. when she was reading Deadly's texts. She's not reading hers. She's reading only the ones that she wants to read. And she chose to read him calling my child an R word in their private text. She said it out loud. She didn't need to say it out loud. She could have just skipped it. So since she wants to claim that she didn't do so, it doesn't, Jen, none of us talk about your children. I've never talked about your children. Fat Neck over there has never talked about your children. Fucking Melty Face never talked about. Well, Melty Face has talked about your children. She's actually said she's gonna contact them. So that's kind of bullshit. Let's see. Piss B never said she never talked about your children. No one's ever talked about your children again, except for maybe Momo. But we'll just dismiss that right now. And I don't think she's actually talked about her children. No, I'll take that back. Momo has never actually talked about her children. She's never called her children retards or stupid or anything like that, or read a text calling her kids stupid, retards, or anything like that. Jules has never done that. Again, none of us have ever done that to Jen. All right. So, but Jen screams from the ether to fucking stop talking about her fucking kids. What? I've seen Jendi. She don't look like William. She used to follow me on IG or Facebook, and I think it was her real picture. That's mean. That's mean. Anyways, distracted me and shit, hobby. So the bottom line is no one's actually ever really talked about Jen's kids. We've always talked about her parenting, if anyone's ever mentioned it, right? But she screams day in and day out to stop fucking with her family and to stop talking about her children. So this bitch decides that she's then going to read a text message from Deadly that calls my kid the R word, calls my kid a retard. Let's just, let me go to my channel and let me play the clip, because people like Kimmy, what the fuck, man? What does this girl have on you? Are you Ghost of Shadows? Because I don't think you are, because like I told Deadly when he started saying that, you've been a mod for me off and on, and you've been in my DMs since 2021. So I don't see how you could be Ghost of Shadows, Kimmy, but it is disappointing as fuck, knowing that, you used to ride with me, and I'm just pointing it out. I don't care that you're in Jen's chat. I don't even care that you're on for. I don't give a fuck. I don't have a problem with you, but I don't understand why you're in there saying Jen would never say that about her kids. She didn't say that. It's on my channel, darling. You should know that I don't go into shit like half-cocked, and I don't just say shit to say shit. Okay, I'm not a liar. That's not what I'm fucking known for. So, if anything, I'm too fucking honest. God damn it, now I gotta play a new song. Hold on. No, you're gonna be you're like, Dad. Stop sharing. How do I make this go away? Dolly and Pitbull will not leave my side. But really, I am too honest. Oh, hold on. I feel like listening to music today. So when I have a moment, we're gonna play this shit like the bee, and we're gonna just play music, except for it's not from 1985. So this song's the shit. Here we go. And let's play about Honest Dave. He's so good. He's coming up. I love him. I wish I saw him. Next time.
Sometimes I'm a little too honest, man. Call shit how it is, I ain't got no shame. I've been swerving in my own lane, and that's how I got my name. Sometimes I feel like I'm too real for this. Still with the same ones that I came up with. Got some change, but I never change, and that's how I got my name. They heard overdose and one another overdose, don't it? Like, hey, let's make a song and then try to put jelly on it. Rip my shirt off for the pictures, like, let's put your belly on it. But they can't sell me on it, and now I'm telling on them. I'm from the sticks, so they calling me country. But I'm a punk, I don't wanna be one thing. From dirty cribs where your parents might OD. Is this the melody you want from me? Sometimes I'm a little too honest, man. Call shit how it is, I ain't got no shame. I've been swerving in my own lane, and that's how I got my name. Sometimes I feel like I'm too real for this. Still with the same ones that I came up with. Got some change, but I never changed, and that's how I got my name. I'm from the sticks, so I'm smoking the trees, homie. And I'm the shit, I should carry Febreze on me. I'm so blessed, you would think that I sneeze, homie. No politics, I don't fuck with police, homie. I was born in 98, still be reppin' 97. I smoke weed and hide away, wonder if they are in heaven. Feel like I might die today, they could get me any second. If I wasn't singing, I'd be slinging by the 7-Eleven. Sometimes I'm a little too honest, man. Call shit how it is, I ain't got no shame. I've been swerving in my own lane, and that's how I got my name. Sometimes I feel like I'm too real for this. Still with the same ones that I came up.
All right, we found it. I don't know why it took me so long. My own channel is lagging. But anyways, so this is Listen Up, okay? Listen up. This is her reading Dudley's texts, all right? And again, she could have just skipped this. And then last night when I told her, like, you could have just skipped this, just stop mentioning me and my kids, she goes live about me. It's like, you don't seem to understand English, first and foremost. Like, none of these people do. And then I got KK coming into fucking Dudley's, fucking saying, like, you're gonna roll up on an old lady? No. No. That's the answer to that. No. That was no. I'm going to visit my friend either this fall or this spring, who lives outside. Hey, Coochie. Who lives outside of Hobbs, near Odessa, Midland. So I could just be going because I've interviewed Tracy a handful of times, and I want to do like a, remembrance of Tracy in her hometown, show a little what the area looked like. It's very desolate, I've heard, and then drive on my way back through Hobbs just to show what it looks like. They're people on TV shows. Okay, I never said I was driving up to anyone's house or anything else, but I do see how that can be a little convoluted with me posting the gun thing. It's because Jen always says how Alice is strapped. So if I'm like driving through her town, is Alice going to chase me down and try to shoot me or something? My point was I will be protected. That was it. It wasn't that I was going to roll up on Alice and fucking her. The fuck? But my friend that I'm visiting has had lunch with Alice in the past. And that said friend could easily facilitate a meetup if she would be willing to meet up. It's not going to be at gunpoint and she's just going to have it by surprise. It would be a planned event. And she probably won't, because she probably doesn't want to upset her precious little baby boy. But, so I'm going to scrap the idea. But what I am going to do, if Jen doesn't stop, is I am going to do what I told her I was going to do. I said, okay, Jen, I won't meet up with her. I won't talk to her, because really the only thing I wanted to ask is, like, I got 3 sons and she had 1. How do I prevent any of mine turning into that? Because I just would like to know. They're well-to-do. I know they live in the middle of nowhere, so maybe that's why he got on drugs. Everyone out in Midland, everyone out in the desert, Breaking Bad's from New Mexico for a reason. Arizona's like Mississippi and Alabama. It's mirror image of fucking New Mexico, just a little bit more populated. Like, I get it. But I would like to know where she went wrong, or where she thinks she might have went wrong, so that I don't fail any of the 3 of my sons. It's hard enough with 1. Can you imagine 3? I just want to make sure that my sons don't end up a dick sucker who fucking marries a bitch that, like, fucking he still has to threaten 911 on to this day. I just, you know, and if my sons did end up like that, all I know is that, yeah, I definitely wouldn't be paying their motherfucking rent and supporting that shit. So, but, you know, I can still mail a letter. I can still, you know, explain why I've mentioned her and apologize in a letter. And then also send her Jen's background reports, those 116 pages, because I think she should know who she's letting live in her home with her son. I don't think that they're really married, and I think this would seal the deal. And then I don't think that she really watches everything Jen does. I think that she is privy to some streams that Jen does, but she's not privy to the ones where Jen's talking shit on Deadlies, or she's talking about all the nudes of hers that have been sent out, or the pictures. You know, she says, I guess you would consider that picture racy that she put in the war room. Well, why don't you ask Alice, Jen? Better yet, I'll mail a letter and I'll ask her, and she'll probably get back to you before she gets back to me. You can let us know what she says. I mean, or she could just stop fucking mentioning me and my motherfucking kids, especially my motherfucking kids. I mean, it's pretty fucking easy, right? You think she would just not mention me? But she's fucking hard-headed more than anyone I've ever met in my motherfucking life. If I was her mama, I'd walk the fuck away too and start banging H. Like, thank God I gave birth. You know, this is why I didn't want a daughter, because I don't want to. I don't even want to know how to prevent making a Jen. So, anywho's all. So let's listen to her read Deadly's text. And the point of this was to try to piss me off at Deadly. And it didn't piss me off at Deadly. It just made me more mad at you, Jen. So stop using my kids in a fashion of Deadly, calling them names in a form to incite me to be mad at Deadly, or just to be a cunt, or whatever the fucking the point of this was for.
He said, tell your fat friend Amcy to stop messaging me bullshit. You're talking behind my back. She can go F set it up herself and her retarded kid. I said, what the F? Wait, Joel said that I haven't.
Okay, so do we need a...
Oh, God!
Because I'm at the hospital all the time. He said, tell your fat friend Amcy to stop messaging me bullshit. You're talking behind my back. She can go F set it up herself and her retarded kid. I said, what?
You know, you could get a job, Jen, and the only reason you haven't lost your SSI is because you can work well on SSI. So, you know, you being online doesn't negate from you getting your SSI, just like working wouldn't negate you from getting your SSI. Like, go and get a job of some sort. Like, it's not that fucking hard. Like, you should not be on the internet reading text of people and calling little boys the R word, regardless if it's you or if you're doing it second party via text you're reading. You don't know what to talk about these first party, second parties, third party. Like, listen, first and foremost, to the idiot in Jen's chat who said Alice would be a third party. No, Alice is a second party. Who's the third party? There's like layers. Jen and Clint are one layer. Alice would be the second layer. Where like, people are fucking retarded. I swear to God. I'm saying, just don't call kids retarded, but you grown ass adults, man. Like, y'all fucking retarded. Like, I'm retarded too sometimes. But speaking of retards, let's switch over to Fat Neck Nevi. Okay. You addressed me yesterday, and I really don't care what you have to say, Nevi. KK, whatever you want to be called. Like, I actually knew Colby, and I actually knew KK's makeup, so you're weird. Like, you came into this community trying to juke everyone out by throwing them off with the name KK's company, and it's sad that you haven't changed your channel's name. Like, you should really reinvent yourself, because I don't understand why you hold on to that so deeply, because it's really just you taking personas from this community and trying to throw people off. And the fact that you're still using it is kind of weird, in my opinion. But let me reiterate, KK, someone clip this and send it to her, because, you know, I don't plan on ever being friends with you. I can hate bond with the lot of them. And me unblocking you in Deadly's chat because he said to unblock you, He told Mods to unblock you. I'm quicker than a lot of people. It's not that big of a deal. I don't want to be your friend. It wasn't my chat. It was Deadly's. So I unblocked you. As he said, you guys can unblock KK. So I did. I don't want to be your friend. I never wanted to be your friend. I don't like you. We're not from the same caliber. And you think that that's a good thing. And you know what? So do I. So do I. You are Florida swamp trash. And I am from the wonderful streets of Los Angeles, California. Southern California at that. Okay? While you sweat and wear your man shorts and have to steal to feed your children and put me on par with Jen Bailey and Jules, bitch, you're on par with Jen Bailey and Jules. I have never had to steal to take care of my children. And anyone in there saying, oh, and like some of you, I'm disappointed in you. And I want to make that crystal fucking clear. I'm not going to call you out, and you're not in my chat right now, but you might listen to this. And I want to make it crystal clear with the statement that I'm about to make. If you are one of the people that told her that you understand why she stole because she had children, I'm disappointed in you. And that's all I'll say. I saw a handful of people say that to her, and it really, I'm just like, really? Because I'm a mom. You know, back when I was a 17-year-old little girl working 2 part-time jobs and living on my friends, living out of my car my senior year, I used to steal. I used to steal from stores. That was my first charge I've ever had. I put it out there in 2020 or 2019. I don't really care. Shoplifting, yeah. That's how I survived. I had to pay all my fucking bills. I had to pay my friend's mom rent and kept all my shit in my car. And I would steal clothes. Now, it wasn't right, and it wasn't stealing $20,000, but it was against the law. And on my 18th motherfucking birthday, I got busted and had to sit in fucking jail. So I get having to steal. You know, I get stealing because you don't have what you need. But at the same time, I didn't need those clothes I was stealing. I could have gotten by on the few that I had. You know, I'm addicted to clothing. And let me tell you, it never went away. It was when I stopped stealing. I just started buying it and it never stopped. So, you know, I wish I wasn't addicted to clothing, but, you know, I had to learn how to get off my ass and get a fucking job. I think that's really why she really hates me, Cooch, because I had some serious issues with her, but it wasn't until I brought up the whole stealing fireworks for the red phosphorus to make meth. I think that really irks KK because I think it's the truth. And again, I don't think she was Walter Whiting it and making the meth herself. But what you do is, as a low life, you go and you buy or you steal either Sudafed, match books and match boxes, or fireworks. There's the Sudafed way, and then there's the red phosphorus way. Or maybe use both in it. I'm not a meth cook. But I just know the only way you can get red phosphorus, which is the ignition of the drug when you're making it, is from fireworks or matchbooks, because it's the only thing that's legally in. Okay? And so what you do is you go acquire those products and then you sell it to not even the drug makers, usually someone below them still. And then you get a little bit of money, and then they take it to where they take it, and they get their money for it, and so forth and so on. It's a hierarchy. It's either, okay, that's what I thought. That's what I thought. And then there's like the Breaking Bad way where they use that like chemical. I don't even know if that's reality or if that's just for a show, if that's a real chemical or not. But I know there's a lot of different ways to do it. Yeah, and Sudafed's hard to get, so it's easier to get matchbooks. They should really, and fireworks. They don't have, I don't think there's a limit on like fireworks. So why you would steal them and not just buy them? They're not that expensive. I don't know. The point is that, yeah, she was stealing fireworks and she stole $20,000 in like a matter of a month. Like, she wasn't stealing money for her children, in my opinion. Okay, that's all I'll say with that. Is she wasn't. You can come to your own conclusions, but it rhymes with Seth. Okay. And if we really need to go there, like again, I haven't, as KK likes to put it, blowed my whole load with her by any fucking means. See, she doesn't get that I was, I came to YouTube via the Purple Army like community that followed Ice Poseidon, which was literally one of the disgustingest, worst communities out there. They have the worst Reddit. It's long been shut down. But I was around long before IP2. So I was there for the birth of IP2 and the IP2 community. I know of all of the deep level of hate streams that are on KK that not even Jules knows of. Okay. And by the way, for those who say she was at a casino when she was asking for the egg money, she was not. She was at her house. And how I know that is because Chris was a part of her little goon squad back when she was asking for egg money. I was like, was she at a casino? He's like, no, she was at her house. I was like, okay, makes sense. So there you go, KK. See, I don't lie for shit, even to where I'm like giving you credit for not being at a casino when you're asking for eggs. Because that would be indicative of drugs as well. Like, well, when I finally came live, William, see, when I came and started fucking doing my own channel, see, I didn't join any of the lives. I wasn't brave enough. To like do any sort of like IRL streaming like Ice or anything when he was still like actively doing that on YouTube. But he created that IP2 community. It was a server for streamers. And like, I've seen all of them, like from Trishalicious to everyone, like basically as babies come up as a IRL streamer. Like, and I've seen all their hate channels like that. That court shit is far from it. Like, there is interviews where KK's like ex-schoolmate is talking about her and her baby daddy being drug addicts. So it's not a far cry when you've already been called out by someone who knew you in real life for being a drug addict. And again, like, you're right. Maybe I don't need to expose Jen. Maybe I should expose you. Since, in my opinion, KK is the one on the same caliber and cut as Jen, Jules, etc. I am not. But once I started William, yes, and I started going live, I thought I was going to find myself with a bunch of fucking, 13, 14-year-olds coming in my chat with like bad things to say. And instead it was a bunch of fucking 60-year-old ladies. And it started in the KJ community, 40 to 60, 30, 40 and up. I did not expect that, man. I was all ready for like the trolls from like, the it was a whole new world. I was like, what the fuck is going on here? Like, the fuck? I thought I just covered Teen Mom. I didn't know there was a bunch of bitty trolls. What the hell is going on? Don't get me wrong. I have since become an old bitty troll myself. But anyways, I've totally gone off what I wanted to say, but mainly I have no intention of hate bonding with UKK in any way, shape, or form. Stop thinking that I want to, because I don't, sweetheart. I don't. And you're the one that was like in my inbox when the whole Chris thing went down. Like, I just want to let you know that, blah, blah, blah. So like the only person that's ever reached out to like Kiki with between the two of us was you. And again, I can easily show that. So I am reaching out to you. I ain't sitting here trying to, first of all, I don't like nobody. Hence the fucking, I love who I love. You know what I mean? But for the most general umbrella of it, I did not come here for friends. This is YouTube. I came here to cover reality TV stars and their fuck shit. And somehow I ended up here. That catalyst based on Jen motherfucking Bailey. But I really should have just covered her and moved the fuck on, but I didn't. I got sucked in. Quick. And here we are, 6 fucking years later. So, but in that year or two that I actually did actual content, I did grow a channel above 10K, almost hit 15. You know, if you Google Ainsley Beloved, you don't just get a bunch of hate videos. You do get articles in Starcasm, and that's not the biggest publication to be in or anything, but it's something, and that's enough for me. I did what I came here to do. I made some content. I made a little bit of a name for myself in some of my interviews, and now I'm here in this shit show. Right? I am an OG. And I said this back in the day, and I can't remember, and I got shit for it. And I said last time when I was talking to AJ, and I was like, these motherfuckers need to respect their elders. And I might be younger than most of y'all, but as far as YouTube, I'm a motherfucking elder. I was doing this shit long before most of these people, and I'll probably be doing this shit long after, because I do plan on eventually going back to content, but it's not going to be until that little one is now older. It was going to be once my other ones were older. Now I got a lot longer. So, you know, hit me up in 20 years. I might be actually covering some actual content, if that's even a thing. Not 20 years. It'd probably be like, you know, 5, 10, once he goes to school or something like that, you know. But, you know, for the most part, I thought someone going in, you know, requesting a sit down meeting with Alice and sitting face to face and explaining the kind of damage that Jen Bailey has been doing for the last last 6 years, and the last 3 under her roof. And, you know, it doesn't really matter, but it's like, you've got to require more of that, girl. If you're gonna, I don't get it. Like, never. I love my sons to bits and pieces, but I would never. I'd be caught dead supporting any of them in a situation with a Jen Bailey as their spouse. Bitch would be working. Bitch would be cleaning more than she is. And does this bitch really say that she can't wear? I don't know if she was talking about me or KK. I think she's talking about KK. And again, this doesn't mean I want to be your friend, KK. But I'm just too honest. I can't not say the honest things. So I think someone in a chat when I was watching Jen here a minute ago when she was still talking shit was saying something about like KK wants to wear her skin. I don't think anyone wants to wear Jen's fucking skin because it's probably infested with herpes virus. But, and a bunch of other things, scabies, God knows. But then she had the audacity to say it wouldn't fit her. Jen, we've all seen your saddlebags. And I got to fire up, once I get my hard drive off my latest computer, that died before I got this new one, I will find my fat Jen picture and I will post it because I have fat Jen pictures. You were a fat bitch for a hot minute. All right. And I'm sure those shit show community people would love to see fat Jen. I can literally hear Jamie in my head right now covering and talking about a fat Jen pic. Like, I can hear how entertaining that would be. So mark my words, before the end of the month, I will be getting that hard drive on a thumb drive and we will find that fat Jen picture. Okay, I might not like you motherfuckers and you might not like me, KK and co, but feel free to use my fat Jen pic. Jen doesn't like butt plugs or men making out or any of that shit because that's what her fucking man does. I wouldn't like it either if my man was at work all day sucking dick and making out with guys. Like, I'd probably be a little salty about it too. And I'm fucking pans, but like, you know, I'd be like, okay, we're opening this shit up. Or I'm gonna go make out some chicks at the very motherfucking least. Cause you know Jen's got a fucking, that voice don't, and never mind. You know what? I'm gonna start stereotyping people and then I'm gonna get in trouble. So we're just gonna be quiet. I shouldn't say she has like a dyke voice, but she does. She does. Okay, Jen, you do. I'm not PC. Fuck it. You got a dyke voice. Okay, so maybe like live your best life around that. I don't know. She got dyke pants. She got a whole dyke outfit. She got the dyke hats. Sorry, I need to stop saying dyke. My bad. I'm so sorry. But she fucking does. She's like the whole motherfucking, like, if there was like a dyke Barbie, it'd be Jen. Like, the epitome. Like, I'm sorry if you're really a lesbian. Again, I'm not talking about actual lesbians. I'm talking about manly women like Jen, who sits here and says stupid shit. Like, her Jen, like, your skin looks like it could fit me and KK. Okay, and again, neither one of us want that shit wrapped around us. So I don't need to be speaking for KK because, again, I'm never gonna bond with her or anything like that. But you know, I'm just gonna guess. I mean, I would hope to God, you know, make better choices. Okay, like don't wear Jen's skin. Fuck. God damn. Jen's paper plate heart was harmless. Maybe she should go back to that. Patty, I fucking love you. You're hilarious. I got a question. How long has she got kidney disease? And why isn't she on the dialysis? Okay, so to answer that question, I remember when I was talking to Mike back in 2020 and for a hot minute, and he got a call from her saying that her kidneys were like way worse than she thought they were, blah, 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 blah. And she needed a kidney transplant. And I remember I had barely known her. And that's when we had like one conversation prior to that. And I knew that we both had the same rare blood type. And my dad died from kidney disease, from kidney failure. So I'm new friends with Jen for all of like, oh God, not even a month. This is back in 2020. And my dumb, naive, like deer-eyed ass is like, well, she needs a kidney with the same blood type. I'll get tested because I regret never giving my dad a kidney. And that's where the whole her having my kidney thing started, because I was actually a genuine person. You know what she did to me? She ended up convincing Mike to exchange nudes, and then she shared them out to all her friends. So, yeah, Jen Bailey, I am like literally one of her first victims on the internet. You know, it's funny when people say I can't expose her. Like, I've been exposing her for 6 fucking years. Sorry if I got a little tired and just wanted to fucking preserve myself by pretending to be her friend. Buddy trolling her can be kind of fun. But then she starts to talk too much, or she just is Jen. And, you know, like, there are telltale signs that we were never friends. You know what I mean? Like, you guys can look at, like, she's, okay, compare, like, I don't ever DM you, Jen. Like, you are besties with fucking Deadly. Like, you know, I don't know what that's about, but it is questionable, you know, with everything that she has been. And it's not about you, Deadly. It's not about you at all. It's anyone who would be your age range, right? Because given everything that she is called, her kid is in that age range, and her kid's friends are in that age range. And it's just like, I would stay very far away from that age range of men if I was being called what she's being called. But instead, she's just like being inappropriate and stuff. And it's not necessarily inappropriate to send nudes to someone who's 30, but if you are already getting called out for being inappropriate, why would you, like, she wants the shit that she's getting. No, don't worry. I won't be wasting my kidneys. Trust me. That was 6 years ago, and I have since learned. Plus, I'm probably going to need them both anyways, because that shit's hereditary. And while I am definitely better than my dad was, because he died at 46 and I am 42, you know, you never know. So. Hold on. This thing is so annoying. I can't scroll. Hello, Mr. Bill, wherever you are. I can't see your comment. I'm trying. Transgender. That's awesome. Okay, I'm glad I took the time to find that. It was worth it. And hey, Gypsy Vanna, what's up? Hey, spokesman, what's up? Anyone who came in, what's up? He wasn't asking, she just sent them. Oh, yeah, no, I'm sure. Yeah, no, that's what she did with everyone. Like I said, that's what she did with everyone in 2020 with her first round. That's what you call have no respect for your own body, Jen. Wait, what you call having no respect for your own body? I don't know. Jen said a lot of shit, and I'm sure I'm not the only news that she passed around. I think she had Colby's like tit pic as well. I remember seeing. Pretty sure she sent it to me. Yeah, she kind of started that shit, you know, and she had her little, I don't know, like some planets orbiting her, and those are who are these channels now, like the jewels and the stuff like that. It's just like when I talk about second and third tier people, it's like that's what they are, and it's okay to be a second or third tier Jen coverer, but don't sit here and disrespect me when I'm the one that started it. You know, have a little respect for your elders, bitches. And be glad because, you know, I was telling AJ said this, and when we were talking, or we both came to the same conclusion, like, you know, people over here, like if you go to the anti-KJ community, like if I had been the anti-Jen community, I would have been so lucrative on YouTube, but I didn't come here for that. I don't really care about that. I don't have the time for that. So, you know, lucky for a lot of these bitches that I didn't sit here and hyper focus on her like the rest of them do. Like, you should thank Jen and me for y'all's paychecks. And Brittany, because Brittany also was one of her first exposers. It was me and Brittany, actually. Oh, you gotta go into top chat or out of top chat. Check if you're in top chat. Anywhoozle, so, you know, Jen just didn't need to read that. Where is the messages she sent me? So she messages me last night on Instagram, and I'm like, really? And she says, I gotta get out of here in a bit. So this was last night. She says, hey, dumbass, I never called your kids the R word, you dumbass. You called me dumbass twice. And Pretty with Pistols is who you're talking about, right? AKA her real name. Number 2, Alice hates you. And number 3, leave her alone and grow up. Stop running your mouth, Amzi, or I'll be live to address your bullshit. I have known you 6 years and you know better. So first and foremost, I wouldn't, you should know better, Jen, than to mention said person's name. Like, I wouldn't bring Pretty up. Like, you don't want her coming out of the bushes at you. And just know that she's there watching at all times. So if you know who it may be that is friends with your mother-in-law, then you might want to tread lightly. I don't know why you're poking the bear. But no one hates you more than Pretty with Pistols. Okay? Sorry. Not sorry. She's one of my best friends. But when I'm cool with you, she just don't get it. And you know what? I get why. The things that you've done to some of these people on the internet, Jen, she was another one of your victims. And I'm not going to put her shit out there. And I don't even want to subject her to any of this drama. So I hope she stays in the bushes. But I'm warning you right now, bitch, for your own safety and not your physical safety, but like your mental safety on the internet. Don't bark up that tree with Pretty. Okay? That is someone who I care about a lot more than you care about your mother-in-law as well. So tread lightly, bitch. And again, that's coming from both my end and her end. I'm sure that you need to go back and remember when she told you that. And maybe, like, I don't know if you can remember it, but you might want to. Because that is one pit bull you don't want to come after you. And she got friends in high and low places, all over the YouTubes and all over the motherfucking country, and this country. So Ask anybody. Go to the trauma community. Go to true crime. She's friends with. She's all over. She's been at murderers' houses. She's been at fucking child kidnappers' houses. Like, well, the parents of them, kids were kidnapped. She rides, man. She rides for people, and when she rides for you, it doesn't matter if you're wrong or right. But when she doesn't ride for you, Jen, I'm telling you, don't bark up that tree. But yeah, they used to have lunch, and you should keep your mouth shut. I don't know actually what you should do, but you really should just stop mentioning people. And that's what I told you to do. Beyond, I responded, do not contact me again. You cause your own hell, and I most certainly will be sending your 116 pages to her, along with your lives clipped at the worst parts, and you on Dudley's, the new discussions, the whole night. You definitely won't be calling my child the R word, but much like you, if someone is reading a text, either it's themselves or someone else calling him an R word and mentioning him, it's the same. Eliminate my fucking name and my children from your live streams. It's really fucking simple. Stop saying I took money for pics when I was in a fucking relationship with Muggsy back in the day. And you know damn well your air quoted husband reached out to me. And I don't really care if Alice hates me. She doesn't know me, but what she will know is she's not going to continue to allow someone on her dime to sit in her paid home and attack me. Also, legitimately wise, I found the C&D I sent you in 2021, Jen. I've got everything documented, meaning from then. And that's when she was calling up in Shelby trying to get me arrested for my mom's death, when I had nothing to do with my mom's death, etc., etc., etc. I've got everything documented. Just stop mentioning me. And if you read Text of Deadly, don't read the ones about my kids and me, etc. Last warning. And then she responds, got it. But she didn't get it. You then went live, and even though I didn't go live, I didn't post anything. I was going to post these messages, but I was like, maybe she'll listen. But you didn't. You didn't listen for 5 fucking minutes. And then she also texts me after she said got it. Yes, being mad at me for reading Deadly's text, who you mod for, makes perfect sense. Jen, again, it came out of your mouth and it didn't have to. You should learn to eliminate text like that when you're reading text. It's that simple. And like I said, your goal, and even in this little bit of text that I just read of yours, or DM from IG that I read of yours, you expected me to be mad at Dudley. You're trying to make me mad at Dudley. And why do you put so much value in modding? It's weird. Then she says, and my run reports, I have no problem sending them. You have no problem sending them. So you don't care if Alice gets them all. Okay, cool. Good. Then you shouldn't have a reason to be going live and being mad at me and saying shit, but you still did. So that's confusing. Hold on one second. I'll look, William. And then she says, I won't the boys. I think she meant I won't mention the boys, but I won't the boys. I respect for you. I also have a lot of clips and texts from 2020. I don't care if you have clips and texts from 2020. You don't have clips of me calling the police on you. You don't have clips of me having anything to do with CPS. Jen, we'll go down that road as well, because Terry Lynn, I think, is the one that brought it to my attention that you were probably lying in 2021 about CPS. The paperwork you were showing was from 2020 when Clint got in trouble for sending that text to your daughter and CPS got involved. So, you really don't want to threaten me with documentation and things and receipts from 2020. Just FYI. And you might want to look over your shoulder who you are allowing and the support in your chat, because you look. Whoops. I hit a weird button. What did I hit? Anyways, you look like a fucking idiot. You look like a fucking, here, I'm gonna turn this off. You look like a fucking idiot with certain people in certain supports. And one of those is Terry Lynn. Like, having like, oh, Terry Lynn in your chat is fucking just idiot. And she says, leave my mother-in-law alone. Sure. Okay. When you get one, you don't have a mother-in-law. You're not legally married. Alice wouldn't allow it. Trust me. I'll bet money on it. Like, how much you want to bet? I mean, I don't care. There's channels dedicated to me cussing people out in 2020. What the fuck? I don't care about that. That's so weird. Like, I'm not you, Jen. And then she sends me why the letter no longer matters. Jen, AI doesn't always know everything, honey. Okay? It's evidence of me documenting harassment for the last 6 years, 5-6 years, and me asking you to leave my name out of your mouth back then. But if you need me to send you another one, I can. I'll definitely have someone draft that up for you, and we'll get that out to you. But this time, I'll add your husband to it as well. And, maybe not sitting down and talking to Alice will make any movement as far as, like, shutting you the fuck up. But maybe, I don't know. Like, I don't know. I'm trying to figure out what I can do legally that will affect not only you, but your husband. So that might motivate her to do something finally about you. I'm smart. I'll come up with something. Trust me. Or if anyone has suggestions, always hit me up on IG. Link is on my channel's description. But she then says, and this is the last little message here, by the way, you don't get to use things like this or calling me Giddler or whatever when you're mad. So Deli can say it, but I expose that he does. But you get mad at me? ? Got it. Have a splendid night. Jen, I don't know what you're on, but you're on something. And I used to defend you. And that's one thing I did defend. I used to say that I didn't think she was on drugs. Because honestly, for my drugging days, it doesn't show. I've never experienced something like Jen. And I've experienced all levels and all drugs with different people on them, as well as myself. And I don't say that like gloatingly. I say that like, I'm from Los Angeles. Okay. It's different than being on drugs in fucking Missouri. All right. It's just different. Anyways, you can't go to a party and there not be drugs. Anyways, so, but I've never experienced anything like Jen in my druggy days. And so I just think it's a new breed of something, or it's a pill, or it's something I've never experienced in my life. I don't know what it is, but you're on it and you need some sleep. And if it is just mania, then you need to seriously consider inpatient. Because if you were really not on drugs and this is just purely mania because of your bipolar, you need to seek help, Jen, because it's not a far cry from where you were in 2023. I'm telling you right now. And now I'll tell you how I know that for a fact. The fact that you think that you're brave enough to mention Pretty just proves that you were losing it. Petty Dragon says, just a tip for Jen. If you don't want several people covering you, you should probably not name drop a bunch in one stream. Yeah, there's that. there's fucking that. Let me see what you sent me, William. Hold on. Well, let me 2 moments. Here, let's play like 30-second video. BRB. I'm highly confused now too, William. So this is what William clipped from, I guess, her recent live. So Jen, what the fuck are you on? Because you're so up and fucking down. Like, No, Jen, honestly, I don't think anytime soon we'll be rectifying anything because you just don't know how to shut the fuck up. And honestly, for my own mentality, I really shouldn't continue to cover you. I just had a baby. I shouldn't even be even giving you the time of day. But, but, but I'm still a person and I still have me time and I try to keep these to an hour. And when others were littles, I usually didn't go live for longer than an hour, maybe an hour and a half. But like I just can't do the long streams, and I won't be able to in a long time. And that's fine. But I still have every right to go live and defend myself. And I'm responding to you last night, Jen. I guess you decided to tell your chat not to mention me, but your chat doesn't mention me. You do. No one mentions my kids, but you. Okay. I mean, not no one, but you know what I mean? Like lately. And if you have a text, Jen, someone clip this to her. Someone just tell her, skip the parts that include me. Skip the parts that include anyone that is not involved in your bullshit. Okay? Just keep it to what needs to be focused on, which was between you and Deadly. You didn't need to insert him saying something about me. Just like you didn't need to insert something about William being on Shiz's panel and telling and showing that DM. That doesn't make me mad, Jen, at William. I said that. William showed it. It is what it is. I was a shit person for saying something like that. For once, William was a better person than someone for a minute. Of course, he was gonna go, hey, I've got something to show that someone's worse than me right now. Like, okay, it was not the best thing to say, but I wouldn't have said it if I wasn't, and I'm not making an excuse, but I was triggered by the word stillborn. I wasn't thinking clearly. I was newly pregnant and hormonal. However, I should have never said the term pickled baby. That is disgusting. And if you don't think that the majority of my pregnancy, I was afraid of Cromer to come collect, I was. So I'm sitting here saying some horrible, egregious shit. Don't think that immediately after I wasn't worried for the next, I think I was like a month and a half pregnant. So the entirety of my pregnancy, I was worried that would come back to bite me. I nearly died giving birth. My child nearly didn't make it. So karma almost did collect. All right. And I learned my motherfucking lesson. And I do apologize to Shiz for saying that. I don't need to be, and again, I'm not trying to hate bomb with anyone or anything like that, but I have no right to say that. You know what I mean? Privately or otherwise. But I didn't say it publicly, Jen. You're a piece of shit, just FYI, because you say everything publicly. And the only reason I said anything, and in fact, is because they were coming for you. And that's my bad. Truly my bad. And I saw Angela Jade recently saying like she's being attacked. We've seen Lisa Ann being attacked. And I don't know if they like me. I don't feel any. It says I hate everyone or I hate, whatever. Okay, I don't necessarily like or dislike any of those people that I just mentioned. But no one deserves hate or constant attention just because they're in Jen's chat, unless they're actively like coming for the other people. Okay. And I was one of the types that would come for other people. But a lot of those people aren't. Okay. And so I do kind of feel for them. They just, that's why you can't be friendly with Jen. You can't go in her chat, and you should save your breath, Angela Jade, because she's not going to listen. She don't listen to nobody. And you should probably save yourself and just avoid her chat. I'm just saying, as someone who has tried with Jen off and on after some of the worst things, like, I sit here and I wonder, like, what did Jen do to KK? What did Jen do to Sophie? I'll wait. I know what Jen's done to me, and I think most of the internet knows what Jen's done to me, but it's gone way far and beyond that she did to anyone else or to a whole lot of people. And again, she's done a lot to a lot of people, but Jen, you've done a lot of shit to me. What you did with my mom is unforgivable. And I've still tried to forgive you. and moved past it. But the way that when you treat me like shit and when I see you treat certain other people like shit, it just makes me snap because you don't deserve any friends. You didn't deserve me as a friend. I never did anything to you when you shared my nudes. I never did anything to you other than call you out of my mind when my mom died. And you should have known when someone dies randomly, they interview the family that's been there. They interview anyone that was in the area. My mom dropped. Of course they were going to fucking interview me and my brother. See if we saw any signs of no. But it's what they do. And they're interrogating her. And I think she did something to her mom. And then you and other people who have apologized long ago and never brought it up again, they were also, assisting you in calling up at my mom's county and trying to get me locked up for fucking murder, bitch. And you wonder why when your fucking man came into my DMs with abuse videos, why I gave him 2 weeks of time? You're lucky I didn't do more just to fucking spite you, bitch. Because let me tell you, I was never attracted to that man. I just hated you more than anything. So I was like, hey, let's see what homie has to say. Let's see what I'll get. I got a dick pic and a bunch of abuse videos. Didn't send him one nude. You got a picture of me in a sports bra, I think, at the gym. So, and I've learned over the years, like, yes, I did have an OnlyFans, but you couldn't see shit unless you paid good money. All right, Jen, because I'm smart. Number one, I don't just pass my nudes out. And I learned from my own experience of you getting my full body nude and sending it around. A whole ass woman that I did nothing to decided to do that. So trust me, I haven't sent nobody a nude like that since 2020. So when you sit here and saying people are paying people for nudes, not me. I don't consider tit pics nudes. Okay, they ain't no face there. It's just some boobies. Like, I'm not sending tit pics either anymore. But I'm just saying, like. Anyways, it's not like you where you have your whole fucking body in the fucking frame. Nah. I learned my lesson. Clearly, you don't care. You keep just throwing them out there all over the place. It's fucking weird. No one wants them. No one wants them. I don't know what I was gonna play, but I thought I had a clip and I don't. So fuck it. And we're just gone over an hour. So also one other thing, Kiki, are you buying like hotspot passes or something? Because why you only got 3 hours? You're like, my Wi-Fi is telling me I gotta end this. Are you gonna sit here and talk about Jen's Wi-Fi while you buying hotspot passes? Because that's what that is. That's what that they sell them usually in 3 hour like increments. So that's funny. Shout out TickPics. Thank you, Clark Kent. I mean, shit. That's why I said I'm a slut. She's a skank. There's a difference. Okay. I'd much rather be a slut than a skank. I'm just throwing that out there. Anywho, so let's for the last song, I'm going to play something from Rocky Horror Picture Show as we go out because Tim Curry passed away this week as well, and that one hit probably the hardest. No, I think Hayden still hit pretty hard, but because she was so young. But one in the chat if I should play Time Warp, or two in the chat if I should play I'm Going Home. I'm Going Home actually has Tim Curry singing. Time Warp is it's iconic. And I will say that I was part of it's in the Guinness World Records as the largest time warp. It was in 2010, I believe, at West Hollywood, California. I took place in that, and it was fucking amazing, and it still holds the record as the largest time warp. See if I can find a clip of that, actually. West Hollywood Time Warp. Guinness. Usually the videos aren't very good because of people. You had to dance for 5 minutes. Rocky Horror Picture Show's Time Warp 15 years ago. Oh, hold on, damn it. I gotta actually share it, right? Right. I'm just like watching it by myself. Yes, Clue, Home Alone. He was the bellhop. I'm like, I'm not ashamed to admit that that's when I first saw Tim Curry. Later on in life, I went to Rocky Horror when I was like 15, 16 in high school, but I will admit that I first saw him in Home Alone. I think, and Clue, I don't know if I saw that. But anyways, here's the largest time warp or a clip of it. It's only like a minute clip. This is from 2010 in West Hollywood.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Ready? So what are we doing? We have to dance for 5 minutes, right? Makes sense. It's out of sync.
It's astounding. Time
All right, guys,
is
I will see you
fleeting.
soon.
Madness takes its toll. But listen closely.
Not for very much longer.
I've got to keep control.
I remember doing the time warp, drinking those moments when the blackness would hit me and the void would be calling.
Shout out Magenta.
It's just a jump to the left. With your hands on your hips.
It's so dreamy. Oh, fantasy, free me. So you can't see me. No, not at all. In another dimension. With voyeuristic intention.
I love her.
Well secluded. I see all.
With a bit of a mind flip.
You're into the time slip.
And nothing can ever be the same.
You're spaced out on sensation.
Like you're under sedation.
Let's do the time warp again. Let's do the time warp again. Well, I was walking down the street just to having a thing when a snake of a guy gave me an evil wink. He shook me up, he took me by surprise. He had a pickup truck and the devil's eyes. He stared at me and I felt a change. Time and nothing ever would again. Let's do the time warp again. Let's do the time warp again.
It's just a jump to the left.